Okay, this is our third attempt at doing Howling Pass. We're having some audio difficulties, or I should say no audio in the last one I recorded, so I should be able to get through this really quickly. Anyhow, this is Overdose's next submission to the Hammerfall Grifball Court contest, hosted by Grifball Hub and Forge Hub, and this is Howling Pass. Very stunning setting for this court. So I'm going to dive right into it, so I can eliminate the things that that I thought were issues, which were not. But let's get right to it. The side walls, the side containment walls, should all be 128 cubes, 128 by 128. The problem with using walls as containment is if the earthquake glitch hits it and you get two pieces shifting, they're going to shift in that manner and possibly open up a gap that the ball can get through. Okay, I doubt it would happen that severely, but you never know. So get those use cubes instead, the 128 cubes for all the outside walls. I don't think it really matters for the ceiling, but all the outside walls should be 128 cubes. And if you use the coordinate system to place them, there's a higher chance that they won't be affected by the earthquake glitch and they'll stay right where you left them. Next point being is you should take these walls and just move them out slightly. Here, I'll show you why. When you're running along it, you see how far away you are from the wall here? Just for immersion's sake. Oh, I spawned outside. Just for immersion's sake, just move these out a bit. Like so. I've already checked. These don't appear to be perches, so it should be okay. They protrude in a bit, but I don't think a player can stand on that. You should probably test it to be sure, but I'm pretty sure that's you can't get a toe hold on that because of the rounded shape. But you see, that way when the player is running along the wall, it looks like they're actually running along the wall rather than, you know, a foot or so out from the wall. So that's that. Happened again. Next thing, how do I usually put this? We need to the players need to see that we need to delineate where the edges of the court are. So the player has a better idea of where the court edges are. So this is fine here. It's low enough that it shows where the thing is, and it's low enough that they aren't expecting to be able to jump off of it, which is perfectly fine. If it were like shoulder height, then players would be expecting to jump on it. It's low enough that they won't even try, right? But what you should do, for the sake of continuity, is this height here should follow this ledge here. So this ledge here should be the same height as that ledge there, just because it's lower, and that bit there, you see, this looks like a little ledge here. You look like you should be able to jump in here and you can't. So maybe make this ledge here the same height as that ledge there, and it gives players the idea that they'll know at that point that they can't get over there, because that to them signifies where the edge of the court is. Your containment is fine. Technically everything's fine. It appears to that you've used the template system because of this here. That being said, you can, I don't see why you can't. You're replacing these side walls anyhow. If you want, you can raise the height of the ceiling to match this. If you don't want to, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal, because it's not it's like the height of two players difference, so that should be fine. Okay, one suggestion I would make, and this is entirely up to you if you want to do it, on Avalanche we use because you have the snow effect with snow blowing across, To make it look even colder, I don't know if you've tried using shadows yet, or you just tried and discarded them because they go by so fast. But just in case you haven't, we use the northern, what's it called, northern darkness on Avalanche, and it really makes your map colder. Let's put it that way, because it looks like bands of blowing snow are crossing in front of the light source in front of the sun there. So that's entirely up to you if you want to use it, but I find it just makes it look that much colder, because the wind, the clouds are blowing by at about the same rate that you have the snowflakes flying by. So that's just something to consider. You don't need to do that, and as I said, you probably already played with it and discarded the idea, but just something to consider. And it's for everyone too, that it really adds to the immersion when you find the right mixture of cloud and fog and everything. It really can improve the look of your court. Okay, so the last detail, which there aren't too many on this, but the last detail on this court is that it's really, really difficult for players to see exactly where the end of the court is. When they're standing here, that rock and everything, it all just kind of blends together from this view, even from this view, because it drops off. Okay, and we'll get a close look at this. See, it drops off here, so you don't give the eye anything to grab a hold of to see where the edge is. So I'm just going to give you a little suggestion. It's not going to be a huge difference. It's only going to cost 1 or 2 pieces, and I'm not sure what to use, so I'll just use, you get the big I'll just copy and paste that on it. We'll just use that as an example. Let me see, maybe I want to use the other side. Maybe I want to use this. There we go. All we're going to do is add just a little tiny bit of a snowdrift to the edge of that. I'm going to finish it on the inside because I can't really see where it sits. Okay, this should give you this isn't exactly where it should go, but this should give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Okay, let me generate lighting again. Am I getting audio? Yes, I'm getting audio. Just have to check. So I'm not doing this one again. Okay, there we go. I think you can see what I mean. You don't have to use a lot of snow, but you just have to put something there, and as I say, snow works pretty well, and it's not unusual to see snow in this location. But what that does is it just gives the players, I'll go to the same spot on the map I was at earlier. You see, now they know exactly where the edge of the court is. See, there's no question now, it really stands out. So you're just adding a little bit of a snowbank to give just a little bit of a crisp line along the edge there. So you can use a terrain piece or one of the big, one or several of the rock chunks, the alpine rock chunks, which look terrific, which you've already used a bunch. Maybe just a couple of those, and it doesn't even have to be the full length. It just has to be, can be patchy like that. All it has to do is it just to visually give players a line that their eyes can see to know exactly where the edge of the court is. And other than that, and the other suggestions I made, this one's good to go. So get it patched up and make a note, a changelog in your map post, and we'll get another look at this probably towards the weekend. I think we'll be doing the second round of technical reviews on courts that have been updated. So if you haven't updated your court, get it in soon. and we'll get to those very soon. Okay, thanks for watching this one.